What's going on, guys? RBG here, back with more updates on the current state of the live-action Transformers film franchise. It's been a relatively interesting time for the TF movies because it's officially been 2.5 years since the last movie was released in theaters. And I would call it weird, but since the pandemic has played a major part in halting a lot of films, I can see why Paramount has been dragging their feet in terms of revealing their plans moving forward. And even though updates have been very sporadic over the past few months, things are starting to get a little bit consistent at a steady rate. We've gotten confirmations about there being 3 scripts in the works, and allegedly we've gotten confirmation on which script has been selected along with a working title name for the Transformers film, so we're going to talk about it today. Now before we get started on the video, I gotta give a huge shout out to today's sponsor, TubeBuddy. As a successful YouTube user, I often get questions asking what I use to get my videos tons of views, and the answer to that is TubeBuddy. This thing has helped me take my channel to the next level in ways I never imagined. It's a browser extension that helps new and experienced YouTubers grow fast and optimize their channels. I've been using this extension for years and it's constantly getting updated with new features, like the SEO tool that helps me come up with the perfect title, description, and tags to get more people to click on my videos. It even provides you with analytics beside your videos to see how much traffic your video is generating from various social media sites. The extension is absolutely free, but as a special offer, we're giving a 50% discount for channels that have less than 1,000 subscribers that purchase the Pro upgrade. All you have to do is enter in the code RisingStarBuddy. So if you're interested in starting a YouTube channel or taking your content to the next level, download the extension now. You can do so by clicking on this link that'll be provided in the description of this video. But as I was saying, guys, more news is starting to surface at a pretty consistent rate for the future of the Transformers film franchise. In the last video, we took a look at these sick looking concept arts for Cheetor that were done by a talented artist by the name of Rob Wiggins. Funny enough, Rob actually saw that video and commented on it, mentioning that he enjoyed my critiquing of his pictures. Which is awesome, man. Like, I know some of the viewers mentioned that I came off a bit harsh, but I think Rob understood that I wasn't trying to downright trash his work, because there were actually a lot of things I liked about the concepts. I just had an issue with the face in Cheetor's robot mode. It was too busy and the horns just looked like they didn't belong. And to be fair, I think the art direction was probably something the producers wanted from him, because judging by this guy's portfolio, he knows what makes these characters cool. And as I mentioned in the last video, he's worked on other projects such as Transformers Cyberverse. Like, most of the designs such as Optimus, Bumblebee, Starscream, and Megatron were done by him and his team for that particular series. And as you can see, the original concepts were way more detailed before they were toned down for the show. But occasionally those original and highly detailed concepts are utilized in other evergreen TF projects such as the games and commercials. So yeah, this guy is definitely in tune with the product, and if he's given the right orders to do the looks justice, he'll more than likely do it. Hopefully when the Beast Wars film ever does come to fruition, they'll hire him to do some of the designs. But anyways, as you read by the title, Paramount Pictures has apparently come up with a working title and premise for the upcoming TF film. And I put a strong emphasis on the word apparently, because I wasn't certain on if I should report on this or not. You guys have heard me say in previous videos on how I don't want to overextend myself on a movie that may or may not come out. The reasons why I made videos on the other articles was because they were reported from some of the most reputable sources in the industry. Sites like Deadline and Variety, which are major Hollywood trades, are usually right on the money when it comes to information regarding these films. And before I go to them for information pertaining to Transformers movies, I usually go directly to TFW 2005, because they've been the go-to site for anything related to the TF property. If you've been a fan for as long as I have of them, then you know them to be the go-to place when you wanted to know about the first Michael Bay Transformers film. So their credibility is usually second to none, but I was very apprehensive about this latest report regarding the upcoming TF film. Like, even though TFW 2005 posted it on their site, something didn't sit right with me. For one, the original source from which the rumor came from was a site called the Illuminati, which is a site I've never heard of in all honesty. I wanted to give them the benefit of the doubt, so I went to their article to see if they picked it up from a more reputable site such as Deadline, because that's usually what it all boils down to. One source just takes something from another source. But this Illuminati site didn't credit any of the sources, so I did some research on them and I found some posts that didn't really have anything nice to say about them. And I'm not sure how true this is about them being one of the most BS news article sites, so I think we should just take this alleged information with a very small grain of salt. Transformers movie news can be a muddy puddle of snake oil from time to time. Like, we still have that very small village of fans who believes that a movie called Rise of Unicron exists, which is a rumor whose origins dates back to We Got This Covered. So yeah. But anyways, as the header says, we're supposedly gonna get a Beast Wars related film. The article says, and I quote, Paramount Pictures is ready to reignite the hugely popular Transformers franchise, and now some new details have come to the light regarding the studio's approach. Creed 2 director Stephen Capel Jr. was recently tapped to helm the project, which has reportedly been given the working title that should fill Cybertron aficionados with excitement: Transformers Beast Alliance. Sources have revealed that Transformers Beast Alliance will take place in the Bumblebee timeline and will be set in the 1990s. The film will have the flavor of a heist film that will span from Brooklyn to South America. The studio is reportedly looking to cast an African American or a Latino actor in the lead role, with the character said to be in his early to mid 20s. The movie will also feature a female co-lead who will be the same age or even slightly older, with the actress they are looking for being able to pass for a native New Yorker. So yeah, apparently we're getting a movie that's related to the Beast Wars or utilizes the characters from their respective era. And this is another one of those reasons I'm a bit skeptical about all of this, because if you guys remember, we had gotten conflicting reports suggesting that Paramount and E1 had decided not to make a Beast Wars film. I noticed a lot of you guys saying that my video on that matter didn't age well after hearing this news regarding this supposed Beast Alliance film. And I don't want you guys thinking I'm trying to counteract your blitzkrieg of I told you so comments, because if I was wrong, I will admit it. But it's kind of weird that this information, which comes from a lesser known entity, contradicts what was already reported by a well-known source such as Variety. If anything, it sounds like they just stamped on what was already reported with the next film being in the Bumblebee universe and it taking place in the 90s until another story they made up. But I will admit that it sounds like something we would see in a Michael Bay film, with the movie starting off in Brooklyn and ending up in South America. Because most of the early entries were all about globetrotting, whether it be through space bridges or a Transformer who has a flight capability. Bumblebee kind of broke that tradition since it mainly takes place in America. Like, they do hop around a little bit since the movie starts in San Francisco and it ends near the Hoover Dam where the Sector 7 base is located. But if it's true regarding the new film, then it sort of makes sense that the film would end up in South America since they're supposedly using the Beast Formers. I personally would have based it in Africa since that's literally the animal kingdom, but I guess we'll just have to wait and see what the writers of this alleged film are going to do. But moving on, the article says, and I quote, "Currently there is no confirmation on which Transformer will appear in the movie, but the working title strongly suggests that the 90s series Beast Wars will be brought to live action in some form or capacity. A computer animated television series that debuted in 1996 and ended in 1999, Beast Wars Transformers is set in the future of the original Transformers franchise and picks up after the events of the 1980s The Transformers. The series follows the Maximals and Predacons, descendants of the Autobots and Decepticons respectively. The radically different style and character changes proved to be polarizing within the hardcore Transformers fanbase, but no doubt the adaptation to live action could prove to be quite the cinematic spectacle. So this is pretty interesting news. Do I think that we could see this Beast Alliance film get an official announcement? I honestly don't know. Like, as the article mentions, the Beast Wars is a polarizing show for fans who grew up with the original G1 show. Even though there were some of us who were introduced to the franchise through that particular show, there are a lot of people who don't want a Beast Wars related film, which I totally understand. Some of you have stressed that it wouldn't work in a realistic setting since vehicle modes work perfectly with the robots in disguise gimmick. And I agree with that assessment, but we've already seen robotic scorpions and dinosaurs roaming around in these movies. You guys swear it's okay for a cassette tape to transform into a panther, but for whatever reason, it totally goes against logic if we get a gorilla or a cheetah that transforms into an ass-kicking robot warrior. Like, I'm pretty sure the executive producers share that same sentiment, but at the end of the day, I think it still boils down to how it's executed. Anyways, I'm gonna bring this video to a close. A lot of you have been messaging and commenting about this article, so I'm giving you my thoughts on it. But what are your thoughts? Do you think it's legit, or are you a bit skeptical like I am? Let me know down in the comments below. As always, I ask you like or dislike the video. It doesn't have to be a thumbs up, it can be a thumbs down. Any feedback is good feedback and will help me improve on future videos. But if you really enjoyed this video, it would help me out tremendously if you shared it with all your friends and followers throughout all the social medias. Sharing really makes a difference. But once again, this is your boy RBG signing out on another video. I'll catch you guys later. Peace out.